Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the On Season Sports Podcast YouTube page. First things first, we'd like to thank all of you for tuning in and watching these videos. You also can find us at Spotify and Podbean.com at the On Season Sports Podcast. This video will be one of the 32 NFL team grades, just clips from our podcast from before. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
All right, let's move on. We're gonna go to the Detroit Lions. I'm gonna put out the hottest take of all time right now. Okay, the NFC North had all around the worst or the best draft besides the Packers.
Amen to that.
Okay,
Yeah, fuck the NFC North.
You guys
Um,
didn't like the Packers draft?
no, sorry.
Let's save
those takes.
I personally love their draft.
We got one more team to go. Okay, so for Detroit, I said you can't go wrong with the best defensive back in the game, or in the draft, not in the game. Obviously, he
will be in the game.
He could be damn good. DeAndre Swift. Obviously, I said this in our fantasy football group chat the other day. The Detroit Lions need a new running backs coach. Obviously, no one can stay healthy, and no one wants to stay there for more than 3 years.
They need a new training staff.
Oh, I also wrote that down too. And trainer. They need to draft a new running back coach and trainer. I'm giving the Detroit Lions a minus. Jonah Jackson from Ohio State in the third round. Offensive lineman, very good. They got an edge from Notre Dame in the third round. And they got Wisconsin boy Quintez Cephas. He might play. He could play.
He will play.
He will play in Alex's mind. All right, Alex, let's see what you got for Detroit.
I gave them a B plus. I really like the Jeff Okudah pick, obviously, and DeAndre Swift makes sense. The more you think about it, it makes more sense. Their running backs can't stay healthy, and I think that DeAndre Swift kind of adds the passing game that could make that offense really good. I really wish the Packers would have taken Quintez Cephas. I think he could be a third wide receiver in a lot of teams. I mean, his biggest issue has been long speed.
Off the field scandals.
Well, yeah, and that's bringing him down, but that ended up being false, and he was acquitted for it. So I think that if you throw him in the slot, he's a bigger receiver, but he could play slot for this team. And Daniel Jeremiah kind of compared him to the Marvin Jones type of player. So I think that they really like that. And I think it's a good landing spot for him. But the rest of their guys that they drafted, they kind of drafted for needs. So I like Julian Okwara also out of Notre Dame. So I think they had a really good draft.
All right, Keith.
I also gave the Detroit Lions a B plus. Of course, that B plus is heavily on the Jeff Okudah, but I like them picking up DeAndre Swift. Also grabbing Jason Huntley. Two running backs. The second running back we definitely didn't see coming, but it makes sense with the Detroit Lions and the running back history that they've had. I really like Julian Okwara. I thought that was a great pick. Kind of a sleeper pick. Not a lot of teams really believe in the kid, I guess, more say. But Jonah Jackson, a guard that they drafted, and Quintez Cephas, adds another weapon for Matthew Stafford instead of just force feeding the ball to Kenny Galladay. So hopefully Quintez Cephas, can do big things for the Detroit Lions. Not big, not that big that they win the division though. Just gonna say that.
All right, Cole.
I also gave them a B plus. I still think they should have traded back to get Jeff Okudah, but taking him at 3, I mean, you're not going to be that upset at it. I thought DeAndre Swift was a very surprising pick, but then kind of think about it, it's like, oh yeah, that's a great pick for them. They need a running back. They ended up taking 2 running backs, another guy from New Mexico State by the name of Jason Huntley. So I guess we'll see what that backfield looks like. And I mean, they all of a sudden have on paper, an okay offense with Kenny Galladay, their running backs, Matthew Stafford, if his back isn't paralyzed. and what's his name? Hawkinson, they took last year, showed some flashes this last year. TJ Hawkinson showed some flashes this past year. So they have on paper, a solid offense, but they are still in in my mind, one of the top divisions in football. So we'll see.